is it just me, or have you noticed that people are just different now? There's been a big change. They seem meaner or a lot more disassociated with things. They're belligerent, they're entitled, and some are just downright nasty. Yeah, I've noticed that change myself. How about you? I'm laughing a little bit because, I'm starting to sound like an old person complaining about the younger people, but it's not just younger people. And where I'm noticing most of this is online. Online, where all of a sudden things just take on a nasty slant. People who post questions or comments, and sometimes innocently, like myself, just genuinely trying to be part of a conversation or truly wanting to find information, and you just get attacked. You get attacked left and right, for being stupid, or the question was already asked before, and how come you didn't go look it up yourself, or how dare you think this way? It's awful. It's awful. Why is this stuff happening now? I think the change has to do with being online a lot. I think most of us are online here. Most human beings over, 16 or somehow part or in a social group or app or Facebook or TikTok. And I think being behind the screen, you become an isolated participant. And all the little social norms and the niceties of having one-on-one talk, being in person with someone, are just thrown out the window. That you're kind of just typing into a screen, and you don't realize that you're in a group. You're facing people without really seeing them, but they're still people. And so that creates, I think, an illusion or a barrier that just allows people to be mean. Now, I don't get that. To me, it's like drinking. They talk about drinking, and that drinking can bring out the best or the worst in people. They talk about happy drunks and nasty drunks. You want to know something? I think there's such a thing like that, as there's nasty social people and there's happy ones, right? And consuming it kind of drives people one way or the other. Personally, I'll take the happy one. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rena. I'm a 70-year-old age rebel and storyteller, and I'm here to revitalize your life too. People used to say that COVID made us isolated and it was hard to get back into being social, which I think is true. But I think the problem started before that. I do. I think the phone, which is not really a phone. I mean, how many times are you actually on a phone call? Think about that. I hardly ever use the phone on my phone. I do text a lot. I do, and I'm a social media hound, and I love it. But I would never take my frustrations out of meanness, or just relish into talking down to other people, or getting out my frustrations and my anger in life on others that way. And I think that's what is happening. This digital world has so many pluses, but at the same time, I think socially it really has hampered a lot of things. I know as one gets older, we don't have as many avenues or socialization that we've had in our previous life, right? You don't see family as often, or you went to work or had a business and where you met people and were able to socialize with humans. And I think as the years go on, you get less and less of that. Compound that with a digital world where you're even more removed from that socialization that we need. And, that could be an issue. I know I'm struggling with it. And I believe many of my friends who are my age, or maybe it's you, are feeling the same way too. It's not just about getting old. I think it's a double whammy. I think we've been hit with this digital revolution where we just act and behave differently. And I think it's a problem. I do. I'm finding that many of my friends and my grandkids, I'll send them a text and they don't respond. And I take it personally. I do. I think something's wrong. But you know what's happening? What's happening is that they're being distracted at that moment. And they have to remember to get back to your message or whatever you sent over. And I have to remember that it's not personal, but it's hard. It's hard. That is the problem of our digital world, is that we are distracted. Easily. Easily distracted. So like I said, what are some of the things that you can do? Well, I'm trying to get out a little bit more, and I'm trying to plan more in-person interaction, like with my friends, and or making new friends even, getting out there. And that can be hard, especially if you don't have a lot of the people that you normally interact with you around you on a daily basis. So I've been on calling, more video calling. But again, getting out there is really the key. And sometimes you have to rely on strangers. Yes. It's been a silent deterioration of the social human and spirit and lovingness between people. I don't like it. And I intend to stop it. Like I said, I'm getting out a little bit more, making more in-person phone calls or video calls. And I'm also very cognizant of what I post and what I say online. And I truly avoid anything that could hurt people, that would bring people down, intentionally target people, or intentionally belittle people. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what any of us are here for. And so I'm hoping to show by example that you treat each others and others, strangers, with respect and gentility, and you afford little things, and you, I don't want to say forgive, but you allow things, even if they're not perfect things or they're hurtful things. You will not succumb to that, because I refuse to be part of that nasty cult. How about you? Let's do it. Let's show them by example. We are still human beings. And though we may be hiding, or a screen may be separating us, we are still kindred spirits. And you're one of mine. Hello, spirit. Let's show them, okay? Let's show them. It's a beautiful world, my friends. Please like and subscribe. It's free, and it will help me.